this is a better system for understanding rhythm because you can see qualities of rhythm that you otherwise would not see. If you just look at this, there's so many parts of rhythm that you just can't see from that. But when you put it like this, all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, because it looks like a triangle or it looks like a square. It's balanced. If I did some rhythm that the other thing is, like, I get rid of all of this, right? If I did some rhythm that looked like this, to there, and back over again, if I did that, probably it's not going to sound good. It doesn't look good. So probably that rhythm, you're going to hear it and go, yeah, you're going to go, ah, you know what I mean? So you can look at it and go, nah, that ain't cool, But very quickly you could go, wait a minute, well, I could do, what if I did all the odd numbers? 0 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 10 and back around. That's probably a pretty cool rhythm right there. It's probably a pretty cool rhythm. And immediately I know that that's open. No, that ain't open. I know that that's open. I know 5 is open. I know 3 is open. I know 1 is open. All the odd numbers are open. So now I can do some stuff on the odd numbers, right? Maybe I'll do 0, 0, 5, 7, and 11, right? All right, so we got a nice square. And now I got these, so maybe I'll overlap. Maybe I'll go across there and do that. And I'll overlap 0. If you overlap 0 or overlap 3 or overlap 9 or overlap 6, usually it's okay. Because those are like the main downbeat, right? Look at that. Taekwondo. And 非常好听. And we know why it's going to sound good because everything's balanced. And then each one of those rhythms, all right, now you got this thing going on, right? We talked about this, right? You got this thing going on where you got a C, maybe you got an F, maybe you got a D minor 9 to a G7 to a C, and everybody's going, I got my chords. What rhythm should I play? Well, you go, hey, you take the square, you take the triangle, you take the red one. All right, let's go. Okay?
Question. So
Yes.
I was thinking the Schenker analysis you were talking about. Is there any similar analysis? For example, the triangle sounds like this, the square sounds like a rock and roll, or some different shape sounds like different things.
This is like Shakirian analysis for rhythm.
Oh, okay.
These two things are almost the same thing, but one is for notes and melody and chords, but the other one's for rhythm. Right. So that thing is like, it's a theme. Yeah. You got it. I'm giving it to you. This is the equivalent. These two things are like the equivalent of each other. Yeah. And again, in terms of rhythm, this system helped me understand rhythm better than any other system that I ever learned before. Other systems are just like, okay, learn to play this rhythm, right? All right, and learn to play this rhythm. You know what I mean? And okay, I can play all these rhythms, but I don't know how to create it. This actually tells you how to create the rhythms. And after you create it, it explains to you why it sounds good. And again, all of the tools of geometry can be used. It's an exact science. So triangles are going to sound good. All polygons are going to sound good. Squares are going to sound good. Squares are usually time. If you see a square, it's usually time. If you see a 5-sided figure, usually it's like a really cool groove. 6-sided figure is time. But a 7-sided figure usually is going to groove. So if the polygon has an even number of sides, usually it's time. But if it's like 3 or 5 or 7, then it's going to have a cool groove. Especially 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. These numbers are all very important. 知道了吗？就是英文我们说 prime number. The prime numbers for rhythm sound great. The prime numbers sound really good. The even numbers are usually just time. So a lot of the bossa nova, just show wuga, you know what I mean? Bossa nova, bolero, usually they have like 5 sides to them. 7 is also cool. So now you can bring all of your math into your rhythm and come up with some amazing stuff. You see? And if you want to do, 5/4, that's just 20. That's a circle with 20. That's all it is. Now we can groove in 5/4, right? What's 7/4? 28. It's just a circle with 28. That's why 5/4 can sound good, because it's balanced. That's why 7/4 can sound good, because it's balanced. But now in terms of 5/4, I can write a groove in 5/4 that's going to make people want to dance. And all you got to do is just put up the circle and figure out a nice triangle or a nice square, and there you go. Okay? So this takes all the mystery out of rhythm. Takes all the mystery out of it, and you can see exactly what's going on. Okay? Okay. So this is what I teach. This is what I teach in my classes. And we're just going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper and try and understand why. I've kind of given you a demonstration of what it is, but we need to kind of understand why so that you can do it how you want to do it. You can create something new. You can create something new if you understand why. You can start to do things that other people don't do. And that's the point of my class. I want everybody to create something that nobody else is creating. That's the point. And also, like my homie said, he's like, what if the client wants me to do a bossa or bolero? Put that figure in here and get to work. Every style of music is going to have a particular shape. Rock and roll is going to have a shape. Jazz is going to have a particular shape, right? Hip hop is going to have a particular shape. Once you know that shape, you got that style. Even classical music is going to have a shape. And so if someone's going to go, hey, can you write me a rock and roll tune? I'm going to be like, yeah. Okay, here we go. I got the beat. I know what you like. Cool. Okay. Any questions? You don't want to, man. All right, so this is half of the equation. Remember, audio production is going to be like songwriting and engineering. So today I've had a chance to kind of talk about the composition a little bit, right? And I said that that's the most important. So these are the things that are really going to count, right? We also need to talk about the engineering. It's software. We're going to go through logic and understand how to create a track, delete a track, and mostly talk about the science of sound. Because you got to understand how sound works to really be a good engineer. Anybody can buy a plugin off of Taobao, but you need to understand things about sound, how sound moves, how it bounces off of walls, how it gets absorbed. Those are going to be the things that make you a good engineer. You're going to go, somebody's going to put a mic on the drum, and you're going to go, no, that's not going to work, dude. Because you got, you're going to understand the science and go, don't put the mic there, put it there. Why? If I put the mic under the drum, the microphone's not going to pick up the cymbals. If I put the mic on top of the drum, the mic is picking up the cymbals and the drum. But if I put the mic up under the drum, then the mic is kind of isolated from the cymbals, so the drum's just going to sound better. Because I understand that how all of its sound is in this area, right? So the engineering, a big part of it is just understanding sound. Then again, you understand why, so you can make good decisions. Okay? Cool? Sounds good. Any questions? Wantima? Okay with that?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.